Hey there, make sure to like and subscribe if you guys do like my videos. It really helps me out a lot and helps out my channel. Thank you. Fat Kid is a Garry's Mod remake of the classic Halo 3 custom game mode with the same name. The game consists of 3 rounds, which one player spawns as the Fat Kid, a slow-moving character with a massive amount of health, and his goal is to eliminate other players before the round ends. The other player, the Skinny Kids, must flee through a narrow map and break up barricades to avoid being cornered and eaten by the Fat Kid. If the Fat Kid eats a player, that turns into a skeleton, which is a minion of the Fat Kid. Skeletons are fast moving but have low health, and their goal is to help the Fat Kid eliminate the Skinny Kids. The round has a time limit, and if any Skinny Kid survives until the end, the Fat Kid loses. The creator said, "I originally created this game mode in 2015. It was popular on YouTube for some time. It kept on proprietary, prop, proprietary, whatever, for several years, but I decided to open up the source, now to see what the community can do with it to connect to the official server and pacing console." I honestly thought that this game mode was a lot of fun because I used to play it a lot as a kid, and I would just laugh my ass off when everybody would throw the dodgeballs at the Fat Kid and watch him go flying. Um, but most of the time, it was usually just consistent of me, getting eaten because the Fat Kid would slam on the ground and he'd eat all of us. I wanted to figure out why the game mode died out, but I didn't really do any deep research into it. All I know is that it probably died out because of its lack of, updates and all that, but hey, it's a Garry's Mod server. What are you going to do about it? Likely because of the game mode losing popularity, though. It happened with other game modes too, like Dark RP. You don't really see that anymore. And Zombie Survival, which I'll probably play in the next video, if we can. I was genuinely really sad when this game mode died out because, I usually just play this on Garry's Mod a lot, and this is one of the main reasons why I played it. It's, seeing the Fat Kid run around and eat everybody, and 200 pumping people with your crowbar with the skeletons. Yeah, it's a real shame, and it kind of hurts me to see that this game mode no longer gets the popularity that it once had. So, with that being said, we'll be moving on to the next game mode. The next game mode we'll be covering is Flood. Now you may be asking yourself, what is Flood? Well, I'll tell you. Flood is a game mode that existed back in the older version of Garry's Mod 13, or before Garry's Mod 13 broke everything. Flood is a round-based game mode where you have 2 main rounds, build and fight. The objective is to create a boat from the props available and sink the other player's boats before they can sink yours. Even though I really didn't have any nostalgia playing this because, I never played this when I was little, but I did say that I had a lot of fun with it. Building up the props and stuff like that, and spawning in barrels and seeing if they worked in the water and whatnot. Just testing out the environment was just fun in general. When I was playing, I met 2 other players. They were both Kleiners. One of them was named Paul, and the other one 8 Killers. When I went over to check out what they were doing, they already looked like they were having a skirmish, and they looked like they wanted to kill each other's throats. So I swam over while I was dying, and I decided that why not join the fun. I took out my crossbow and started shooting down 8 Killers' boat. Out of the nowhere, I got flinged off the boat and watched them as they both tried to swim on for dominance for 8 Killers' boat. Eventually, I did die at first because, well, I was a really good swimmer and they were just kind of jumping up on top of each other. After I died because my floaties didn't deploy in time, I watched Paul and 8 Killers try to stab at each other with their crossbows underwater. Eventually, 8 Killers did win because of his superior motor skills. And, well, that was all my time for Flood, so I went on to the next game mode. The next game mode we're going to be covering is called Gmod Party. Gmod Party is a custom game mode that offers a place to relax and have fun with your friends. You can hang out in the beautiful lobby, purchase all types of accessories from stores, and play games in the casino or battle others in minigames, all within the same server. Due to the font and colors of the party word, I immediately just thought it was a reference to Mario Party, but that just might be me. Stepping into the mall, I was surprised to see there were like absolutely 0 to no players. It was kind of unsettling and weird seeing this open and enormous mall just being left alone in a seemingly endless loop. It was kind of uncanny, but you don't think too much about it when you're playing. First thing I did was go up to an Asian guy and punch him in the face. Once I figured out he had no pain receptors, I went over to the information booth and just went over to the casino and blew away all my money like a dumbass. Looking around, I noticed how quiet and just unsettling in general how the place was. I know I said that a lot, but hearing my own footsteps on the floor really set the vibe for it being desperately alone. Gmod Party is considered dead because the developers behind it decided to discontinue the mod and focus on creating a standalone game. Essentially just leaving Gmod Party behind and not actively updating it anymore. This is due to them wanting to expand the game beyond the limitations of being a Garry's mod. They also did just development shift to other games too, sort of like Gmod Tower in a way. I couldn't have really imagined this game being alive back then. It was just I was just trying to imagine what this game looked like with, you know, people running around, yelling and blasting music through their shitty microphones. I then went into this store called Capples, and I wanted to get new clothes because, you know, why not? And after a while, I figured out they were just selling the same shitty low poly striped t-shirts. I tried to look into a different catalog to see that it was basically just the same thing, but different color. As you can see, it was just all blue flannel shirts. Almost kind of drove me crazy, so yeah. I slowly came to realize that the reason why most of these game modes were empty, it was probably because of, you know, Gmod players just simply growing up and leaving Garry's Mod behind. So whenever that day comes for you too, just remember all the good times you had on a server, or just simply alone. Thank you for watching this video. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon.